All right. Okay. Welcome to new coach to senior coach. We are getting started and really with just the basics. And so one of the things as you're a coach, welcome, you are not alone. Do not ever think that you have to walk this journey alone. You didn't walk your weight loss journey alone. You had a health coach helping you. And so even as a coach, you are not alone. You have a mentor team. And so don't be afraid to use them, to ask them questions. I started as a coach and as a client simultaneously at the same time, which is crazy. So I had lost 0 pounds and started coaching. Was like, what is this thing? And so literally I asked a million questions, either about my lean and green or about how to help someone make lean and green, because I didn't know what I was doing. And so I am one that's like, I need to know why. Explain this to me. Can you tell me about this? Can you tell me about this? You are not alone, and do not be afraid to ask questions, okay? So use your mentor group that you're in. Your coach will be in that. Their leader will be in that. You may even have a third person in there. Use them because that's what they're for. They are a resource for you to be successful and to help you. But it's just kind of like, if you don't ask for help, they may not know that you need it. And so ask all the questions. Reach out whenever you have any kind of trouble. You want to support not only your journey as a coach, but your client's journey as they're losing weight. Second thing that we always want to remind people is tell your coaches your why, okay? Lay out, why are you doing this? Why are you wanting to help your friends and family? Why is that important to you? Why are you wanting to create some extra income for you and for the people around you? But really, why? Because when it comes to coaching, it's not about us, right? It's about the people we get to impact. And so why is that something that's valuable to you? Why is that important to you to help others feel the same way that you're feeling? Third thing to do as a coach is to set up your Connect. You have a website, set it up so that from the get-go, you are set up for success. Really, if you have that Connect, that's all you need, right? You don't need anything else. You don't have to wait for your box to arrive. I'm going to tell you a secret is that my boxes still has things saran wrapped in it because I am not a paper person. I am a digital person. So if it's online, I'm going to find it, leave it over there. And so all I have is my Connect set up, and I am a successful business coach. So set up your Connect from the get-go. There is a video that will walk you through how to do that. So that you're not having to figure that out on your own. So ask your mentor for that video. Hey, I'm ready to set up my Connect. Can you help me out and let me know how to do that? And then the fourth thing is there is an Agents of Transformation page. So this is managed by Optavia leaders for business coaches. And so you can search that page and add yourself to it. And it gives like announcements, it gives rank ups for the week or for the month. It will let you know anything that's going on in Optavia. When something comes back in stock, they post it in there. When something's out of stock, they post it in there. And so use that page to really, really help you stay on track when it comes to announcements and those kinds of things. They also email some of those, but Facebook sometimes is an easier way, and they don't always email like the rank, like the ranks for the month or stuff like that. Okay, one thing that I love to do, and some of y'all may think this girl is crazy, but I'm going to challenge some of y'all to dare to dream, okay? We do this on my team with all of our coaches because we as adults kind of stop dreaming. We stop thinking about the things that we could achieve. You have a job, you've got your salary. Before I was a full-time health coach, I was a teacher. And let me tell you that we don't get paid enough. If you were a teacher currently, you don't get paid enough to have big dreams, okay? Let's just be really honest about that. Do you get paid enough to live a great life? Yes. But is it all the things that I wanted for me and my family? No. And so a lot of times we see, we're at this salary or we're creating the income that we're creating, and that's all we have capacity for, right? So you're paying your bills, you live in, the house that you live in. Mine is a 3-bedroom home, and we're in Rockwall. But am I gonna be able to spend 2 weeks in Tahiti? Probably not, because I would have to save for like 2 years in order to do that. And we've got, you know, diapers to buy instead. And so I probably will be spending it on that. But what Optavia does is it opens the door for you to start dreaming again. So as adults, I feel like we bury these dreams. We call them buried dreams on my team. And we are uncovering those dreams. And so I want you to think through these. And this is something you may send to your coach and they're like, what is this? Be like, this girl Jolene told me to start dreaming on training. But we tell our coaches, set ABC goals, okay? And I'm going to break these down in a second. And so A goals are like small goals, very attainable. When you hit senior coach, you're going to be bringing in between $350 and $500. It's going to replace your food, but you're not spending $500 on your food. So you're also bringing in some extra income for you to do something with that, for you to put, you know, pay your car payment, or maybe go shopping for some new clothes because you are outgrowing, you know, or not outgrowing, but your clothes is all baggy and it doesn't fit anymore. You may apply some towards your credit card. You know, you have an extra $100 or couple $100 where you didn't have that, and now you get to do something with it. That's an A goal. And really, in 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to be making that. And so set for yourself, I want to be hitting my A goals, which means that I will be able to accomplish this. Attach something to that A goal. What is it? Okay. What are you going to do with a couple $100 in about a month or month and a half? Because that's what you're going to be bringing in with this amazing opportunity that we have. Okay. B goals are a little bigger. Okay. This is 2,000 to 3,000. When you get to executive director in 6 months and 7 months, however long it takes, you're bringing in a couple $1,000s. What are you going to be able to do with that? How is that going to change your family? How is that going to change your day-to-day? $2,000 is a lot of money for a family that's not making $2,000. And so that additional income, that's your B goal. What is that going to create for you? What freedom will you see when you have that B goal and you're accomplishing, you know, bringing in $2,000 to $3,000 by helping people get healthy? And so some people are like, I'm just here to help my family. That's okay. That's great. But you're going to get paid. It's unavoidable. You can't send the paycheck back. They're going to pay you. And so as your business is growing, I want you to think about these goals, okay? So A goals, a couple hundred in 4 to 6 weeks. What do you want to be able to do with that? B goals, a couple thousand in a couple of months, you know, 3 to 6, 9 months. What are you going to be able to do with that? And then C goals. These are my favorite, okay? C goals are the big dreams that you want to be able to do, okay? And some of those are personal, some of those are a little bit selfish, and that's okay too. And some of those are really, really giving and really, really generous. And so some examples of C goals, and I'm just going to give you some of mine. We're about to have our second kid, and we are outgrowing our 3-bedroom. And if we have a guest come visit, they're sleeping on the couch. And so I would love, my C goal is to build a dream home that people can come to, and we don't have to like move everyone around, right? My kids have their own room, and it's super cute and decorated. Okay, that's a slightly selfish C goal. I want in a bigger house. But we have 2 cars, and I would love to, whenever it's time to change those out, I don't want to have to go and turn it in and see what I can get paid back for so that I can apply that to my new car. I want to be able to take my little RAV4 and I want to give it to somebody, not think twice about it, and go buy a new car without any kind of, you know, discussion about it. I want to be able to give a car away to a single mom or to a high school kid who wants to be able to drive themselves to college. I want to be able to give abundantly, okay? We have a goal as a family to be able to fund missionaries. If I know a girl, I also help volunteer with high school girls, and some of them will take mission trips in the summer. I want to be able to give $1,000 instead of just $100 and not have to worry about that. And so really, when it comes to those giving, those C goals, think about what are your dreams that you would love to be able to say yes to, that right now time and or money are limiting you. We want to be able to open the door for you to say yes to the things that you haven't been able to, because Optavia has opened that door, because you're changing lives and you're getting compensated for that, which is okay. And so one of the big things we also say is that good money in the hands of good people can do so many good things. Somebody is editing my little slideshow. I don't know who that is. But yeah, so think through A, B, and C goals, okay? I'm going to challenge you to do that, and I want you to text your mentors in your thread and say, hey, my A goal for me as a coach is to be able to get my food paid for, or to pay off a credit card, or to apply it towards, you know, whatever bill you have going on. When I'm making $2,000 to $3,000, my B goal is to cover our mortgage, or for my husband to not have to work a second job, or for me to be able to go part-time because, you know, I've created an additional income stream. And then our C goal as a family is to fund a missionary, or to take a summer trip and not have to worry about it, or to take our whole family and grandbabies to Disneyland and have them buy whatever they want and not have to, you know, put it on a credit card, but to really be able to pay for that. So that's my big challenge, and I challenge all of my coaches to do this. And so this is not something that everyone, you know, within Optavia does, but I think it's so important to know where you're going and to have those goals in mind, because there are days where it's frustrating. There are days when it's hard, or you may have set a goal and you don't hit it. But these goals and these whys and these dreams that you have are worth pushing for, because you are worth it. You are worth having your food paid for. You are worth getting to go to Disneyland. You are worth getting to work part-time because you've created this extra income stream. You are worth it. And so believe that, and believe in what you can accomplish. And so that's what I'm going to challenge you with. That's your first task. And then now we'll get into the details. So that's my little dreaming. Speak it into existence. Know it's coming, because it's absolutely possible with what Optavia can give to you. Okay, now what is a senior coach? And so you are a new coach. You haven't hit senior coach, but you know that that's your goal. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in this group. But what is a senior coach? And so what it is, it's the first official rank in Optavia, okay? You are earning about $350 for the month with your 5 clients, plus if you qualify for the cab bonus, which we'll talk about in a second, you can make an extra 100, so that's about $450. Some of you guys may be in like a double cab window, and your coaches told you you're qualified for double cab. Optavia will like randomly toss out a double cab, and that means that instead of $100 cab, you're making $200. And so what the cab bonus is, it's the client acquisition bonus, is the CAB cab. And so what that means is that you have acquired 5 clients within your first 30 days of coaching. So if you started April 15th, you have until May 15th or May 14th, whatever the 30 days are. If you started May 1st, you have until May 30th, because that's 30 days. Okay, so in that window, if you acquire 5 clients or 5 ordering entities, which basically is 5 different people ordering, or 5 different accounts ordering, then you get just a bonus, a $100 bonus if it's a double cab, a $200 bonus, in addition to the commission that you're making from those orders already. And then those orders normally are like the full, essential start kit. And so you need at least 1,200. So as those orders come in, they will add up, and Connect will automatically add it for you. You don't have to do the math every single time. But when you log into your Connect, it'll tell you what your group qualifying volume is. And so as a group, how much are your clients bringing in? How much volume do your clients have? You want it to be 1,200. Can it be over 1,200? Yep. But it has to be at least 1,200 for you to hit senior coach. And so that usually means you and then 5 other clients, okay? Because those 5 entities will add up. Usually it's a little over 1,200. It's like 1,500 or 1,600 by the time all 5 of those orders come in. But you and 5 clients makes you a senior coach. And so you're bringing in some extra income, you're helping change some lives, you are getting a glimpse of what Optavia has to offer, not just for you and your family, but for the friends and family that are joining you on this journey. And so the first step that I'm going to give you, well, I guess it's the second step because the first step is to start dreaming a little bit, but make a list of 20 people you would like to help, okay? Do you have to stop at 20? No, keep going. If people keep coming to mind, write them down, okay? So this could be friends, this could be family, neighbors, coworkers, workout buddies, past diet partners, y'all. If you knew the list of things that I had tried before Optavia and the people who did them with me, those are the people who I wrote down on my list. People who have asked you already, what are you doing? Hey, what's that packet of food? It looks like astronaut food. What is that? And you can tell them, well, I'm already down 10 pounds. And so this little packet is helping me do that. People who've noticed that you're losing weight, or when you go to happy hour and you're ordering something healthy, they're like, what are you doing? And do you look thinner? Or what is happening? So those are the ones you want to add to your list. Now, we are not contacting them about program. We don't do that. That's not our forte. That's not how we grow our business. But they are people that we want to keep in mind. And I feel like it's an exercise of the brain, because sometimes people walk into this and they're like, yeah, I want to be a health coach, but there is nobody that I could help. And I'm like, there sure is a whole lot of people you can help. We live in America and we are surrounded by unhealthy foods and unhealthy habits. And so there is a whole lot of people. And so I think what that list does, it opens your mind that there are people that can use this program. And so it gives you an open mind walking in as you're building your business, having an open mind, knowing I can change some lives. There are people that I can help. And here is a list of some of them. And so it shows you that you know people that can use this program. So make your list of 20, 30, 40, 50, keep going if you, as you go, and add to it, right? So if you are making a post about your lean and green and someone asks you what you're doing and you happen to start a conversation with them and they're like, yeah, I'm trying to get healthy, I've cut out carbs, add them to your list, because there's someone who's looking for health and they may come to you when the time is right for you to be the one that partners with them. Okay, so make a list. And then third challenge is to work on your story, okay? So we are all about sharing and caring, not selling and telling. So I am not going to tell you what to do. I am not going to tell you what you need, that you need this program. I am going to share my story and I'm going to care about you because you're my friend, right? And so work on, in this next week, work on a 1 to 2 minute personal story, okay? Think about what has happened in your health since you've been on program. What is different about you, okay? How are you changed? How are you a different person? How are you feeling differently? And your story has power. And so things about me, this was around Thanksgiving. I lost 35 pounds and I held it up in turkeys. Like, that's what I lost. I had those turkeys on my body. But before that, my toddler was a year old and I was a mom still wearing maternity pants when he was a year old. And I hated getting dressed. I love going to social places, but me personally, it was a struggle and I didn't want to go places. And my extrovert self was hiding from opportunities to get to see friends and get to spend time with people and get to have that quality time that I always desire because of how I felt. And so I started this program and I didn't know what I was getting into, but I did it. And overnight, I just felt different. I didn't need coffee in the afternoon because I was giving my body the right things. I had enough energy to play with my toddler. My confidence started coming back. I was me again. That's really, when it comes down to it, I was a better mom because I had the energy and the confidence to play with my kid. I was a better wife because at the end of the day, I wasn't exhausted and actually had the time to give to my husband. And as a friend, I wasn't afraid to leave the house because I hated what I was wearing. And so I was showing up for people in ways that I hadn't been before. And so I am different because of this program and because of the freedom that it offered me. And so my story is powerful. And that's just like real quick. I didn't practice that. That's just the reality of who I am. And so think about, why are you doing this? Why has this transformed you? What has happened in your health? Because when people ask you, and this is more in person, but even over conversations, when people ask you, hey, what are you doing? What is that? You can tell them, hey, I was wearing maternity pants when I shouldn't have been, and I needed to do something about that. And so I will share my story with friends, and that is really where they're like, okay, wait, what? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. I'm so proud of what you've accomplished. I want to feel that way. Okay, so that connection is where our business is built. That you are sharing from the depths of who you are, being a little bit bold and being a little bit vulnerable. It doesn't have to be, plastered all over social media. But when you see a friend or a family member and they're asking you about why you did this or what are you doing, have that story to share, because it shows people, this is who I am and this is how this has transformed me, and you're going to inspire them. You're going to give them hope that it's possible for them too, because some of those moms were feeling the same way I was. Some of, a husband may be feeling insecure and doesn't want to leave or doesn't have energy to do things with his kids at the end of the day after a full work day. And so your story is inspiring others to recognize, if she can do it, I can do it too. So work on your story. And then the things that you're going to do is you're going to share it. So whenever you see somebody, you share your 1 to 2 minute story. You let them know, hey, also, this program is amazing. I'm feeling incredible. But the other parts of it is it has a personal coach. I have a coach that helps me. I didn't figure this out on my own. They helped me walk through it. There's a community of support where I can post. I go in there. There's recipes. There's encouragement. The other day I posted my, photo and let them know my update. And I had so many people cheering me on. And then along the way, there's habits of health. So it's not just about losing weight. It's about learning new habits and changing the bad ones, because I was snacking on goldfish when I really didn't need it. And my kid was supposed to be eating it instead. And so I'm learning along the way, that education piece. And really the structured eating plan is what makes this so simple. I don't have to figure it out. I don't have to do all kinds of meal prep. This company does it for me. And so then you can say, and if they will stop you and be like, wait, what? You have an eating plan? You don't have to sit there and meal prep 6 meals a day? And you say, hey, I would love for you to chat with me and my coach. She knows, or he knows, way more than I do, because I'm just getting started. But if this really is something you want to know more about, it's not weird. It's not awkward. They're awesome, but they can give you the information you need. I'm just telling you, it's been life-changing, right? And so these are the things you can kind of, as a new coach, you can use these taglines for a while, but tell them, hey, I'm a new coach and I'm still learning the basics. So, can we find a time for us to connect with my coach? Or I would love for you to talk with me and my health coach to see if our program is a good fit for you. That good fit, I love it, because maybe it's not. Maybe it's not something they can do because of medical reasons or because of financial reasons or whatever, but it might be, right? It might be a good fit, and it may be something that they've been looking for and praying for. And so you can screenshot this, you can take a picture of it, but these are 2 things that I tell my coaches to say often, is just tell them, hey, you're new and you're still learning. And so you're not supposed to know everything as a client. Let's just get real. And even as a new coach, you may be coaching only a week and you still don't really understand everything you're supposed to, but that's what your coach is there for. And so encourage your family or your friend or whoever it is that you're having those conversations with to connect with you and your coach if they really are interested. So, but that personal story is what inspires them to want to know more, if that makes sense. Common questions that you're going to get. Okay. So these are literally the top 2 questions. 1, so what's the name of the program? What are you doing? And so there you can tell them there's a lot of different programs depending on your personal health and your health goals. I would love to chat sometimes, but it's a lot of information to text. If you're with them in person, it's a lot to explain. Here's my number, what's yours? And so a lot of this is more so through, this one is something you could use through Messenger if someone's asking you what you're doing. But in person, I still kind of try to avoid saying Optavia. And so one of the things, I know some of y'all asked this question like 10 times to my coaches, and they gave me the same answer like 10 times. So I was like, why can't I say Optavia? I don't understand why I can't say Optavia. And then I got a client who was diabetic, and it wasn't as simple as 5-in-1. And so when it comes to someone's health, you really do want to take your job seriously. Sorry, my dog is barking. You really do want to take your job seriously. So we have a responsibility to be there and to set people up for success from the beginning, right? And so people's activity level comes into play. People's medical history comes into play. The amount of weight that they want to lose, the medications they're on. If they have thyroid issues, there's some, changes that you have to make. And so you can't just say, hey, it's Optavia and you probably need the 5-in-1 plan because that's what I'm on. It's not that easy because most people are not just blasting to the world that they're diabetic, or that they have high cholesterol, or that they are on blood pressure medicine. And so medically, it's really important for you to talk to them and to ask the questions that a health assessment will bring up so that you can find out those kinds of things, right? If they're a nursing mom, it's a totally different plan. If they're diabetic, it's a different plan. If they're over 65, it's a different plan. If they're working out, like there are so many things that you want to make sure that you're keeping in check so that they are successful, because it's someone's health. Like it's not just like, here's some food, just eat it. It's someone's health when it comes to down to this. And so allergies and medications and medical history and surgeries that they've had may affect which plan that they're on, and you want to set them up for success. And so that's why once I had my client, she was diabetic, I was like, oh, we have to get this approved by your doctor. If you're wanting to do this plan, then we need to wean you down. We need to check your blood sugar regularly. We need to make sure that you're not, the insulin and all. I mean, there was more that went into it than just, here's 5-in-1. Okay, bye. We had to get a lot of things approved, right? If they're on cholesterol medication, their doctor needs to approve that. And so you don't want to just throw a website at them, because what's going to happen when you say it's Optavia, they're going to go Google Optavia, and they're also not going to understand what it really entails. They're going to see a kit for $414 and they don't understand what they're getting for it, right? They don't understand that a health coach is going to walk the journey with them. They don't understand what all these little random foods are. How much it's covering, how much it's replacing. And so Google is not our friend in this case. I use Google all day, every day. I'm not going to lie, Google everything. But I do not want my clients or potential clients Googling Optavia, because they're not going to get it. Okay. It's more than just a website. It's more than just food that comes to your house. And you as a health coach are valuable, a valuable part of their success. And so don't devalue yourself by just shooting them a website, right? And so really, this is where in person, I may tell them it's Optavia. I'll say, hey, it's Optavia. It's an incredible program, but I'm going to be really honest and let you know, please don't Google it. I'm going to tell you right now. And let's talk about, I will usually do a health assessment in person, but if you're not set up for that, or if you don't feel comfortable with that, just let them know, hey, there's a ton of different programs, and so we need to connect with my coach. If you're talking to them over Messenger, this is a message you can send. And sometimes I'll voice text it so that they can hear my heart in that. And so I'll voice text, hey, there's a ton of programs and I really need to know some questions. I need to ask some questions to make sure that I'm providing you with the right one. And then you can search all you want and I'll send you the links and all of that. But I need to know your medical history and your activity, and if you're on medications and if you have any allergies. And I think when they start hearing that, they get it like, oh yeah, okay, she needs some important information. So voice text them or shoot them this message. The other question I get a lot is, how much does it cost? And so this is an answer. Cost will depend on which program is the best fit for your personal health and for your goals. And would love to talk sometime and see if this is a good fit for you, if any of our programs are a good fit for what you're looking for. I also will sometimes throw in like, hey, most people find it cost neutral. They're actually not spending anymore. They may save some money even, but it just depends on which program you're on, and not everyone's on the same one. And so just kind of lead it with that, and then, ask them if they're available. And then it will guide into a health assessment. And so you will do 5 of these with your coach in order to help you be successful on your own. I've done even 6 or 7 with a coach if they just didn't feel comfortable yet. But the questions that we kind of ask is, and the way I word things sometimes may be a little bit different than this, but I'll say, what are you looking to accomplish? Like, hey, let me know, like, what's going on? What's happening health-wise? Why do you want to get healthy? Like, why is this important to you? And they may say, I just have gained 30 pounds. I really want to get back to where I was. And then you can ask, well, when was the last time you were there, right? When was the last time that you were at your goal weight? For me, it was 10 years, okay? I had not been at my goal weight since I had been married. And over to the span of 10 years, I had gained, a little bit of weight. And so for some people, it's time that they can't even remember. It's like, well, I just don't even remember being that size. Like, it's been so long, and you can let them know, like, it's possible, it's coming. It's, it's not far beyond what you're capable of doing. I love asking this question: how will this affect others around you? And so that's where, we show up better because we're healthy. And so how is this going to help you be a better mom? How is this going to help you be a better husband? How is this going to help you be a better doctor or teacher or whatever job that you have? How will this help you be better? How is it going to affect those around you? And then what will success look like? Like, when you're feeling really good and you're feeling successful, what is that going to look like for you? And so for some people, it's not always a scale number. It sometimes is, I'm going to be able to jump on the trampoline with my kiddos, right? I'm going to be able to go on a walk or a bike ride as a family and not have to stay behind or not get left behind. The success is the reward of getting healthy, and the consequence in a good way that comes with becoming a better you. And then what does a typical day look like? And so this kind of gives you a glimpse into what they're eating currently, but also what they're spending their money on. So if they go through Starbucks every morning, you can know whenever you talk to them about the cost, well, you're going to be saving money because you spend $6 at Starbucks every day between a pastry or even the egg white bites and your coffee. And so this is going to help you actually come out cost even, right? And so that typical day will lay out what they're already doing. And so that's where I will hone in too on, like, hey, you've got some good healthy habits. You're eating, you're cooking good vegetables, you're cooking good protein every day. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it shows the areas that they need improvement on. But usually that typical day question will help you understand where they're at as far as their health goes already, but then also where they're spending their money. And so here's some action steps. So these are the health assessment you'll do with your coach, and you'll take notes as they're leading it, right? The first 2 are usually led by your coach. The third one, y'all could kind of co-lead. You want to lead one with your coach on the phone so that they can chime in if there's a question you don't know, or if there is something that you feel like you're not explaining correctly, you can ask them for help. After y'all do that health assessment, you're going to want to debrief with your coach. So call them right back, or they'll call you right back and say, like, hey, how did that go? What do you think about it? What questions do you have that came up? What parts do you feel comfortable with? Those kinds of things. And then really that's the core of how we share a program and we let people know we care about them. Is through that health assessment. And then once they jump in as a client, you support their journey the whole way. And then action steps. So here's your homework in addition to what I already gave you. You've got a lot of homework. Get your dreams going. Make your list of 20 to 50 people. What was your third one? Start your story. Be able to be ready to share your story. 1 to 2 minutes about who you are, how you got healthy, that kind of thing. And then here, invite 3 people on your list to a conversation with your coach, okay? So we call this practice calls. If you haven't done them already, start doing them. My dog is drinking water really loudly. I apologize for that. But really just kind of reach out to somebody on your list and say, hey, I just started as a health coach. I don't know if you knew I was on this journey. And I'm still learning. So would you be willing, pretty please, to do me a favor? It is 0 pressure. You don't have to sign up for anything. It is just for me to learn. But would you be one of my practice calls with my coach? I would love to just share what I'm doing because I'm loving it. But also, it would give me a great opportunity to learn, right? So ask 3 people on your list if they would be willing to do you that favor. And they're learning about what you're doing and how you're changing your life, and you're learning about how to do a health assessment all at the same time. So win-win, right? Debrief after those calls. Just like I said, you want to go over some of the things that they mentioned. You want to write down some of the things that you really like that they said and let them know, hey, I really like how you said this. I really like how you mentioned that it's cost replacement. Let your coach know that you were here on this training, right? It lets them know, hey, this person is like dominating over there. They're trying to learn. They want to do this well. And then send them a takeaway. What's something that you gained from this training? I hope it was helpful. But what's something that you gained from today that you weren't doing or that is going to help you be a better coach as you're growing? And then check the Senior Coach Challenge group for incentives and for news. They post stuff in there all the time. Every Monday night at 8:15 is when this training takes place. And so next week will be round 2, and then but keep checking the group in between. Whenever you get a new client, ring the bell. If you are a new coach, your coach introduced you in there, welcome other coaches as they're jumping in on their coaching journey as well. And really, I'm glad you were here. So I'm going to stop recording and then take some questions. I couldn't see. How do I stop recording? Let's see. There we go.